To perform pre and post layout simulation of inverter, first you need to create a folder. To create the folder, just go to files and on the desktop you create a folder. Let me create a folder. After creating the folder, get into that folder, then open the tool. To open the tool, first open a terminal, then press CSH, then source the CSHRC file with the command source space /home/install/CSHRC. That will open the Cadence tool. Then open the Virtuoso tool by typing the command Virtuoso space ampersand. Then it will open two windows, one CDS log window. In that very first step, what you are going to do is open that is create a library. First step, new library, then give a name for the library and attach the library to the technology library by selecting third option, attach to an existing technology library, then say OK. Then which library I need to attach, you need to search through this pop down menu and select GPDK 180 and say OK. Then you can see the display here, design library test 1 successfully attached to technology library GPDK 180. That shows the successful creation of the library. Then the inverter, what we have to simulate, I am going to draw now. File, new, cell view. Now under the same folder I need to perform the simulation. Therefore use this drop down menu and get into your folder, that is test 1. Then type the name of the cell, it is inverter. I am going to give the name as INV. Then say OK. Then it will open the blank schematic editor. I need to take the components required to build the inverter schematic, one PMOS transistor and one NMOS transistor. Let me take the component by clicking I on the keyboard. Another option is create instance. Third option is by clicking on the icon here, that is create instance. Any one of the three can be used to get the instance. I'll press I here. Once I press I am going to get the add instance form. Then browse and select the required components. Under GPDK 180, I need to take NMOS transistor and symbol of that should be selected. Close and set the properties here. I am going to set the property of the NMOS as 20 micrometer width and 180 nanometer length. Then hide that. Place the NMOS transistor on the screen. On the same way, you can take PMOS also. Again, browse through GPDK, select PMOS. Under properties, you mention the width of the PMOS to be 40 micro. Then hide and place it at the top. After taking the required components, I need to take the pins required in the design, but that can be performed by using three options. First one is P, that is by clicking P on the keyboard I can get create pin option, or by performing create pin on the menu option, or by clicking on the create pin icon. I am going to use P here. Then it will open a create pin form. Then name the pins which are required in the input direction. VDD, VSS and VIN are the input pin, and use this direction option. Already it is in input, therefore I won't do anything. Just take that and place it in the appropriate position. VDD should be at the top, VSS should be at the bottom, and VIN at the left hand side. After this I need one more pin. Just I'll perform the same thing again. Create pin, then give the name of the output pin, Vout. Then direction should be chosen with this drop down menu. Take output, then hide it and place it on the right hand side. Now I have taken all the components. Just press escape, then complete the connection by taking the wire. To take the wire, again three options: keyboard option, then create wire option, then by clicking on the icon. I'll click on this icon and I'll complete the connection. To complete the connection, just you need to start the connection at the starting point, click once, and at the ending point, click once. Like that you can complete all the connections. Once the connections are completed, you need to check and save. Now I am drawing from body to the VDD of PMOS, body of NMOS to be connected to VSS of. Then short the gates, that is for the input. Then connect input. Then shorted drains should go to output. And completing. After this, press escape to go out of this option. Then perform check and save. If I perform check and save, if at all, if it is saved without errors, you can see that on the CDS log window, you can see schematic check completed with no errors, and test 1 shows me the library name, INV shows me the cell name, schematic shows the view name. If you see these three, that means the schematic is created in a proper path, that is under your folder. It is saved. After this, you need to convert this into a symbol. For that, create cell view from cell view. If I execute this, it will open a cell view from cell view form. Here it is automatically filled. Library name is test1, cell name is INV. It is converting from schematic into symbol. Then say OK. Once you say OK, it's going to open symbol generation options. There, based on our requirements, pins are to be appropriately placed in the required positions. As per the requirement, left pin should be VIN, top should be VDD, and bottom should be VSS. Therefore, now VDD, which is here, I am going to cut and I am going to place it at the top. Then VSS should be placed in the bottom position. That is again by Control X and Control V. Say OK. Then it is going to show the symbol which is going to be generated by the tool. And this symbol, by default, it will be in rectangle shape. You can customize it. For customizing it, just delete the rectangle box and this port name and instance name. Bring the pins outside the symbol by dragging and dropping. Then delete this rectangle also. Then customize it. We need a triangle followed by bubble for representing the inverter. Therefore, click on this line, then draw triangle. That is, click once on the starting point, then slanting line, then complete the triangle. After this, click on the circle here and just draw a circle. Then after this, it is in the required shape. Check and save. Once I check and save, I can see the same thing on the CDS log. Just observe here. Cross view check completed with no errors. Test1 is the library name. Inverter is the cell name. Symbol is the view name. It is being saved. Then I have created the schematic of inverter and symbol of inverter. I will be closing it. Now I am going to prepare the inverter for the testing purpose. That is, I am going to draw a test circuit for simulating. Then for drawing the test circuit, again perform File, New, Cell View, because I am creating a new view. Here under the same library, INV underscore test is the name of the new cell view. Say OK. It will open a blank schematic. Every time when you open, you just ensure you are in a proper path by looking at the top of your window. It should show your library name, then the cell name followed by the view name. These three should be proper. Then click on I to select the instance. I'll click on I and I'll browse and I'll go to my library to select the inverter symbol. Test1 is the library name, INV is the cell name, then view is symbol. I am taking that, then I'll be placing that in the center of the screen. After this, I need to give the supply to VDD and ground to VSS. For that, I'll press again add instance, that is I. I'll browse and all the components are available under a library by name analog lib. Click on this and select VDC because I need a DC voltage. Select VDC here. Then give the value for the DC voltage. I can give 1.8 volts. No need of giving any units, just type the quantity. If I just click on one, type 1.8 and if I click outside, automatically it will be filled unit. Then hide it and place it at the top. Before placing, you can rotate it so that it will be easy for you to connect. And whenever you are placing, you should ensure that none of the components should be placed in the boundary of this inverter symbol, which is shown with the highlight, that is the dotted line. After this, I am going to take the ground by pressing I, browse, analog lab, and the ground can be selected here. Then close. I am going to place ground here once, then here and here, because I need to connect all the supply voltages and capacitors to the ground. Therefore, I am placing 4 times. Then after this, I am going to take a input. For performing the simulation, I need 0 and 1. That could be applied through a V pulse waveform. That is nothing but voltage pulse. For selecting that voltage pulse source, again press I. Then it will open the add instance form. Browse. Go to analog lab. Under analog lab, you just click or take V pulse. It is a voltage pulse. Then close it. And voltage pulse will have 2 voltages. That is voltage 0 is 0 volts and voltage 1 represents logic 1, that is 1.8 volts. After that, I need to specify the pulse width, period and other attributes of pulse waveform. Period, let me take it as 20 nanosecond, and rise time of that I'll be taking it as 1 nanosecond, and fall time I'll be taking it as 1 nanosecond. Then pulse width will be 10 nanosecond, half of your period. Then hide it and place it on the left hand side, which will be the input for your inverter. Then finally, the output has to be taken across a capacitance. Therefore, I need to take a capacitance. For that, press I. Then it will open add instance form, browse, go to analog lab and select capacitance. After this, enter the value of capacitance. Let me use 0.1 picofarad. 0.1 picofarad. Then hide it and place it on the right hand side. Then finally, I need to observe the output. For that, select a pin by clicking on P. Then it will open a create pin form. Just name it as V out. Then it has to be in the output direction. Already it is in the output direction. Therefore, I am not going to change it. Hide, place it here. Once it is done, complete the connection by clicking on wire option from VDD to positive of your supply and negative of the supply to the ground, and VSS to ground. Then V in pin to positive of V pulse and negative of V pulse to ground. Then output of your inverter should be connected to V out pin, and from capacitance one end to output, other end of capacitance to output. After completing the connection, check and save for completeness. Then go to CDS log and check for the errors. It is showing schematic check completed with no errors. Test 1 INV and underscore test schematic is saved without any errors. Then my simulation circuit is ready. We need to go for the simulation. To perform simulation, we need to include or invoke the subtool by executing launch ADEL. If I click on launch ADEL, it is analog design environment tool. It will open ADE window. In the ADE window, you need to make the appropriate setting. The first one is go to setup and check for the model libraries. Model libraries should be this. It should be, that is under home and under install Foundry, analog 180 nanometer models, Spectre, gpdk.scs should be highlighted. If it is not selected, simulation can't be done. Therefore, ensure that it is highlighted. Then say OK. Then go to analysis. For performing the transient analysis, as I've chosen 20 nanosecond period, to observe 5 cycles, 20 into 5, 100 nanoseconds, I am going to take it as stop time. Then click on moderate accuracy, say OK. The corresponding setting is going to appear under analysis field here. Then what are the outputs I need to observe? I am going to select by executing outputs To be plotted, select on design. This is my design. I need to observe input, click on this. I need to observe output, click on this. Once you click, press escape, otherwise it will be in the same option. Press escape, then come back to ADE window. In the outputs field, you can observe net2 is the input, Vout is the output. Now I am ready for simulation. Just execute simulation by performing simulation netlist create. If you are doing it for the first time, then it's going to create the netlist. After that, you need to run the simulation run. Once the simulation is run, you can observe the waveforms. This is the input pin. Whenever it is 1, this is the output voltage, output is 0. Whenever input is 0, output is 1. That is inverter operation is obtained. In order to observe the TPLH and TPLH calculations, we need to invoke the calculator tool under this and select the function for calculating the delay. That is, under function, if I click, it will show what are the functions available under calculator. Select delay. If I click on this, it will open the function panel. Here I need to select the required input and output. Before that, you ensure that wave is on, clip is off, so that whatever the waveform I need to bring it to signal 1 and signal 2 can be easily obtained. For delay calculation, signal 1 should be input, signal 2 should be output. And TPLH is the delay for the output to go from low to high. TPHL is the delay for the output to go from high to low. In order to calculate, threshold voltage should be set. Usually it will be set at the half of your supply voltage. As the supply voltage is 1.8, I am going to set it at 0.9. That is, threshold voltage is set as 0.9. Then I will be taking the signal 1. I will place the cursor in signal 1. Then I will go to waveform window. I will click on signal 1. That is input. Then that comes and sits in signal 1 field. Then signal 2, again I will place the cursor here. Then I will go to waveform window. Then click on this output. You can observe here net2, which is the input, is in signal 1. Vout is the actual output, which is in signal 2. Now it is ready for the calculation. Now I need to select which edge I need to compute. It is showing edge 1. Let us take edge 2 for both. After this, I am computing low to high delay. Therefore, input should fall and output can rise. It is TPLH. Output is rising. After making this setting, apply this setting. It will come and sit in the buffer. After this, evaluate by clicking on this. If we evaluate, it is going to show 122.8 picosecond as the delay. That is TPLH. Then in order to calculate the other delay, just you have to change the edge type. For the input should rise. Input is rising means output has to fall. Change the edge type 2 to falling. Then clear the previous one by clicking on clear buffer. Apply the new setting. Then re-evaluate. It is showing 35.46 picoseconds. This completes the transient analysis. Then you need to perform the DC analysis. To perform the DC analysis, go to ADE window. In ADE window, go to analysis, choose, select the DC analysis. Once you select the DC analysis, click on save DC operating point. Then under sweep variable, as we are plotting Vout versus Vin, Vin is a component parameter. Therefore, click on this component parameter. It will ask which component. Select the component by clicking on this. It will take you to the design. In the design, click on the input because this will be varying as the x-axis. Therefore, click on this. Once I click on this, it will open the various parameters of the input which could be varied. I need to vary the input in the form of DC. Therefore, click on DC, say OK. Then if you come back to the setting window, here it will be asking from which value to which value. That is, starting value is 0, ending value could be 1.8, that is the supply voltage, or you can set it to 2 volts. Then say OK. The corresponding setting will be there in ADE. Just observe here. As transient analysis is already done, I am going to disable it. Only DC analysis I will be performing by executing the simulation, we can see this is the V out versus V in are the transfer characteristics of inverter. Wherever this VTC intersects with the input line, this is the input line, that point is the switching threshold. Here it is around 828 millivolts. Okay, that is another reading which you need to take from the DC analysis. This completes the pre-layout simulation of the inverter. Now we have to do the post-layout simulation. I'll be explaining the layout drawing, how to draw the layout, followed by various steps in physical verification, followed by finally post-layout simulation.